Practical suggestions. To respond to perceived poor managerial support, first consider how you can best respond to the lack of support, and second, ways that you might potentially influence their support. Just like it's helpful for your manager to consider your perspectives, it's likely helpful for you to first consider possible reasons for your manager's poor support. As mentioned earlier, as both the captain and coach of your team, your manager's role is extensive. Managers are usually time poor and often overwhelmed due to role requirements. Is it possible part of your manager's support challenge are contributed to by the circumstances of their role? Also, previous life experiences influence how every manager perceives and responds to managerial challenges via the emotional memory system. This system continually prepares us for the future based on what's happened in the past, invisibly guiding our thoughts, feelings and behaviours. Let's take the example of a manager whose parents lacked the emotional intelligence to provide unconditional love in performance domains like sport and school when they were a child. As a result, providing performance feedback as a manager might stir up adaptations to those childhood experiences without awareness, and rather than communicating thoughtfully based on your best interests, they might react automatically based on their own difficult memories. Finally, your manager's current life circumstances are relevant. Life can be challenging for us all, and when your manager faces personal challenges, they'll be particularly vulnerable to those challenges negatively affecting management interactions. Because your manager's importance in creating team culture and influencing your work experience, prioritizing your own positive coping strategies is a great next step. Here's some recommended strategies for responding in the case of poor management support. Move more during the workday, as physical activity stimulates mood elevators like endorphins, while also lowering stress hormones such as cortisol. Complete regular mind and breath exercises at work, shown to reduce stress and synchronize the autonomic nervous system. Aim for 8 hours sleep per night, as quality sleep habits have been shown to improve mental health more than medications. Have a chat with a trusted colleague about the lack of support you're experiencing, as they may be experiencing similar difficulties. If the stress of poor support is causing you mental health concerns, your MyBo app provides specific series designed for mental health support. Alternatively, you might talk to a support person like your manager, mental health first aider, EAP service, GP or psychologist. If you feel comfortable doing so, chatting to your manager about your concerns may also be an option. Keep in mind that if others in your team are experiencing similar concerns, it's likely that your manager has been invited to complete training designed to improve their support based on your aggregated team averages. If a lack of practical support is your main concern, you'll also likely receive specific training on how to approach your manager regarding challenges like a lack of appropriate work demands, micromanaging, or poor role clarity. If a lack of emotional or physical well-being support are your main concerns, letting your manager know about your personal well-being concerns and seeking their advice may be a good start, as it's likely they've also received recent training advising on how to support team well-being. Perhaps you could first inquire about their suggestions for making best use of the MyBo app. Remember, managerial privacy requirements mean that they're not allowed to share any of your personal information without your permission. If, however, you don't think your manager is skilled to respond to your concerns, if you talk with them and believe their response is unsuitable, or if your concerns relate to perceived inappropriate behaviour on the part of your manager, chatting with your HR department or people and culture team is likely a good option. Your manager's support is incredibly important, but given the challenges of the role combined with their human nature, they may not be providing the support you require. In that case, begin with empathy, prioritise positive coping mechanisms, and consider your options for influencing their behaviour. Before you go, as a first step, consider taking more interest in your manager's life to increase empathy for their circumstances. This will likely increase their empathy for your circumstances in return.